Today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a short game secret to really improve your contact when you're chipping and pitching around the green. Make sure you check out this video. Jon Watts here from the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me at my short game area. Today's video, as I mentioned there in the intro, is all going to be about a short game secret. It's actually a follow-on to a previous video I did about opening your face when you're pitching to improve your quality of contact, your margin of error effectively. And I've got a bit of a follow-on from that that's really going to help your game. If you're new to my channel and you haven't done already, please do consider subscribing. Hit the little bell icon, it just notifies you every time a new video goes live, at least 2 instructional videos a week. But right now, we're going to jump straight into this. So the previous video I'd filmed was all about opening the face and actually trying to land the play and get the club to contact the ground but get it to skim and slide. So just to make the strike easier. And I will put a link just here, so it's well worth checking out that video. This is a follow-on to that I just wanted a word of warning, because the only golfers who are going to struggle with opening that club face are the ones who are really then going to be pulling the handle forwards. So this is a great lesson teaching you to actually throw the club or toss the club and turn your body, okay? So the 2 T's that we're really looking for, throwing that club, tossing that club, and turning our body through is going to be real vital to that. Now, in terms of opening the club face, let's just quickly touch on that one. As I said, it's well worth checking out the other video I filmed, really relevant to obviously what we're discussing today. My club of choice here is a 58 degree with 10 degrees of bounce on it. And it just means that the lowest point of the bottom of the wedge isn't the front edge, it's actually further back in the face. I'll show that with my GoPro camera here. The low point isn't the front edge, it's actually further back. Now, if I open that club face and I'll use my hand as actually the ground, you'll see the leading edge sits higher off my hand, the ground level. That has activated the bounce, that's increased the bounce and turned it from 10 degrees, maybe even up to 30, 40 degrees of bounce now. So it's just making strike easy. The other benefits that opening the face is going to have is going to help you create more height, more stopping power. What are golfers worried about? Well, when I open the face, I miss it right. Do you know why they miss it right? They're pulling that handle, they're taking loft off, they're more encouraging the shank as well. So golfers who struggle with an open face, who then will hit the ball out the heel, are tending to be pullers. They're pulling the handle through rather than throwing the club and turning their body. So if I get this wrong, let's go with I'm opening the face, I'm activating the bounce of the golf club here, as Bob Vokey would like us to do, the designer of the Titleist wedges, but then I'm pulling my handle forwards. Just look at the direction. So I've opened the face, but I pull the handle, or it might go splash. So high, right, short. Lost all my yardage there. I actually still got a reasonable contact, but I left that ball outright to target because I was pulling the handle forwards. So what I'm asking you to get the feeling of, once you've activated the bounce of the golf club, and it will take a little bit of learning to how far the ball goes when you do think about opening the club face, but it's a great idea when we're trying to make strike a little easier. Just activate the bounce, open the face a little bit, and then we've just got to get that feeling of throwing the club, so that is allowing the club to catch up with our hands as we turn our body, okay? So it's not pulling the handle forwards, which is taking the loft off, open the face, and encourage the shank, the heel of the golf club to the ball. I'm getting that feeling of throwing the club, getting the club back to almost end of the grip, pointing at my belly button and turning my body, okay? So let's do one hopefully correct. I'm going for the tall middle pin near where I hit that first ball. So I've activated the bounce of the golf club. That's actually meaning it's pointing a little bit to the right. I'm going to help square that face with a little bit more rotation. So I'm going to throw the club and turn my body. So you can see much more down my target line, landed a yard short. So you've got to learn those distances. I thought it was perfect, but just landed on the collar of the green there. Nice shallow divot. Divot line pretty much down my target line, which is where the ball went, even though the face is open. So I'm getting used to sort of tossing the club, throwing the club, and turning, creating some real rotation there. A great drill for the throwing part especially, is if you grip right down the handle, so you leave most of the grip sticking out of the top of your lead hand, lead arm. What I want you to try and get the feeling of is at impact getting the end of the club there that you can clearly see now pointing back towards my belly button belt buckle. So I'm feeling like I throw the club and create some rotation, some turn as well. So throw the club, turn my body, okay? So it's very relevant in bunker play as well, where we're really trying to use the loft and use the bounce of the golf club, not pull our hands forward. It's very different for me from a chip and run where I'm really taking the hands and the wrists out of it. So we're opening the club face. Hopefully it'll still get this on GoPro. I'll just move it a little bit further back here. Just taking a few divots. So open the face, but I'm gonna get that feeling of throwing the club, tossing the club and turning my body. It's gonna help me create lots of height, lots of stopping power. That was the best strike of the bunch and probably a better distance there. Landed where I wanted it to finish. You can see, oh, it's going to go in the flag just past it, nearly. Lovely shallow divot, loads of height, loads of elevation. Felt very simple. So I'm not having to get pinpoint perfect on my contact point here when I actually activate the bounce of the golf club. So it's a way for you to play around with it. For me to be really good at short game, you've got to have more than one option. You've got to be able to play the bump and run, the chip and run, the higher one, the mid pitch. This one really activating the bounce is something that's going to work where it just means you don't have to be so pinpoint perfect. You can see long divots there. Long shallow divots is what I want. So I've activated the bounce. I'm just trying to land the plane. I'm almost trying to get the club low for a little longer rather than digging in here where the strike has to be perfect. Give it a go on the practice area first. Let me know how you get on with it. If this video has helped, I'd love you guys to hit the thumbs up, share it with as many golfers as you can. And if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. Cheers guys, we'll see you soon.